Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. I'm joined today by Canadian singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and composer Loreena McKennitt for our Summerfolk edition of ZOOMIES. Welcome, Loreena.
How are you?
I'm well, and you?
I'm well, thank you.
So first off, care to introduce yourself to our listeners a bit more in depth?
Oh, well, I can do a short version or a long version. I suppose the short version is that I'm a singer and a songwriter. Um, I've been working on this aspect of my career since about the late 80s.
Mhm.
But I've also been involved in film and theater and have taken the unusual step of managing my career. So I have my own staff. I've been said that I'm unmanageable.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a bit about your most recent release.
My most recent release actually was a recording of a special project that we did a couple of years ago, actually during the pandemic.
Mhm.
It was, it's called Under Winter's Moon, and it's a collection of lesser known Christmas carols and material, as well as spoken word, some Indigenous stories, but also a performance or a narration of Dylan Thomas's A Child Christmas in Wales with the wonderful Canadian actor Cedric Smith. So we made a recording of that performance. But we're also about to make a recording of our small appearances here this summer at some of the folk festivals of the more traditional material. Prior to that, the previous, shall we say, studio recording was called Lost Souls. And I think that was released about 2017.
Okay, great. So you're set to play Summerfolk in Ottawa Sound on the weekend of August 18th to 20th. Is this your first time performing at the festival?
I have it in my mind that I did perform there once before, but I can't be absolutely sure.
Mhm.
Um, but I've been up to Owen Sound a number of times, and it's a beautiful location for such an event. So we're really looking, and of course, I've heard many, many wonderful things about the festival over the years.
I hear it's a nice small gathering that you can really see everyone and talk to.
Yeah, yeah.
So with a stellar lineup, which is mostly Canadian, um, is there anyone you're excited to check out at the festival?
Um, well, I'm going to look forward to hearing Serena Ryder. I understand that Alison Lupton is also performing. She comes from this part of the world.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I'd love to hear them. I mean, but I'm also interested in hearing people that I haven't heard their music before. It's an exciting time to an opportunity to do that.
Yes, a good experience for that for sure. So do you have any other upcoming shows or festivals to tell us about?
Following, well, we're in after Owen Sound, we perform in Muskoka and then Peterborough, and that finishes this small collection of performances of more traditional music. I'll be performing with a local Celtic band called the BOOKENDS. Then in October, just after Thanksgiving, I'll be touring with my other group of musicians on my more regular material. So we're heading off to the northeast of the United States. We go as far west as Minneapolis, and then we come up to Canada and play in Winnipeg, Saskatoon, Edmonton, and Calgary. And we're also about to announce a European tour for next year, in March through April. And there's likely to be another European tour next summer as well.
Busy, busy.
Oh yeah.
So the next five questions are just for fun. What was the first festival you ever performed at that you recall?
Oh, well, it was the Winnipeg Folk Festival, and this was its inaugural year, and Mitch Podolak was the director there. Um, And at the time I was playing, I didn't even have the harp yet. I was playing the guitar upside down backwards. And I remember Mitch Podolak asked me to look after Elizabeth Cotton, a wonderful blues singer. And she was getting on in years. And so he had asked me to help her with her guitar. And she played her guitar the same way.
Okay.
But the Winnipeg Folk Festival was really the first one. And I have very, very fond memories of that.
For someone who has yet to see you perform live, describe your performance in 3 words.
In 3 words. Oh, I mean, it's always hard to talk about yourself with any number of words. Well, that's kind of hard to say because the material is different. I don't know that I can actually answer that.
That's okay.
What I can say it's not a comedy routine.
Okay, there you go. When you think of a summer festival like Summerfolk, what's the first thing that comes to mind that you want to check out other than the music?
Oh, I think it's usually like the green room where you can meet some of the other musicians and hang out with them.
Sure.
And of course, the greater environment of where the festival is situated. Yeah, that would be what I would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cover song to perform?
Well, as a rule, I don't do cover songs.
Okay.
But in this, should we be so fortunate as to have an encore, I'll be singing a song that is pretty bog standard in festivals. It's called Wild Mountain Time, but I don't really do covers
Okay.
songs.
For
Yeah.
sure. And last but not least, if you could work with any fellow Canadian artist, who would you choose? And this can
Oh,
be a dream, like it can be somebody who's gone too soon, someone
right,
you
right.
can do anything.
Um, well, that would be, I suppose maybe Leonard Cohen would be one.
For sure.
Joni Mitchell would be another. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that's it for Zoomies. Thank you for joining me and have fun at the festival.
Thank you. We're really looking forward to it.